Just by show of hands, how many of you in this room would like to have at least 5% more success in some area in your life? Just by show of hands. Excellent. So every hand goes up. Are you aware that if you want at least 5% more success, you're probably going to have to do something different? Okay, I'm going to help you out. All the questions I give will have a yes answer. Is that okay? Is that okay? Excellent. So we know we need to do something by at least 5%. We know we want 5% more success. And I will tell you now, and my father was an optician, so I know a lot about the industry. It's the first time I presented to opticians, but I feel amongst familiar territory. And I will tell you now, knowing dentists, opticians, and some of the medical practitioners that I've worked with, the one thing you're good at is talking about it. But there is a phrase that says, when all is said and done, much more is said than done. And this is the year where you're going to have to do a lot more than's been said. And I'm not looking for you to like me. I'm looking to change your business. I'll repeat that. If you like me at the end of the presentation, that's cool. I have really good self-esteem, and I'm not looking for you to approve of me. What I am trying to do is make sure your business is better than it is right now, because this, for some of you, will be your most challenging year, probably for some time. So I'm going to share some ideas that will allow you to create impact for you, your business, and your family. And if you get it, I promise you it works. And I've worked with about 1 million people over the last 7 years, and 990,000 of them have got it. About 10,000 think what I'm saying doesn't work, and that's okay. And I've done lots of work with children. I've done lots of work at Feltham Young Offenders. Welcome back. And I've done lots of work with chief execs. And I will share that most of the time, the one thing that's holding your practice back are you. It is not the economy, it is not the government, it is the people seated in this room. Now, right now, if you think that's not too motivational, you're right. I get called sometimes an irritational speaker more than a motivational speaker. And the reason is I'm only interested in getting you to create more impact in the moment. So the question is, what are you going to do different today and for the next 21 days? And it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. One of the things I'm going to ask you to do, and this is going to be a stretch for some of you, I would much prefer for you to take notice than take notes. Now, if you're writing that down, I'll repeat that for you. I would much prefer for you to take notice than take notes, because what tends to happen when you write loads and loads of notes, you're about 8 seconds late most of the time. And I have a phrase that says, if you're in the room, be in the room. Now, I'll repeat it for some of you because I can see one of my fellow friends here on his phone, so I'll repeat it for you. If you're in the room, be in the room. It's the hardest thing you can do is to be where you need to be. And you'll know more than any industry that I've worked with that sometimes you're with a patient and you're thinking about the next patient or the last patient, or are they going to get some frames, or are they going to need contact lenses? And I'm not disputing you need to be thinking about your client, your patient. But the only patient that matters is the patient you're seeing. Would you agree? And one of the reasons we make mistakes is we're not focused in the room. And I'm afraid to say some of you run your practice this way. You are so not there that you don't see what's right in front of you. And the person that's going to help you and your business is the patient that's in front of you. Now, I appreciate you send out your reminders when you're the most busy, so you don't get quiet periods. I get all that, and that's in basic marketing. But I would tell you now, the best way to run your business is to be in your business. Would you agree? Just by show of hands, how many people in this room here talk to themselves, please? I love what Paul's doing at the front. This is what he did. Do I talk to myself? We all do talk to ourselves. The question is, are you talking yourself up or talking yourself down? And most of the time we're not in the room. We're thinking about past events. We're running our lives from the past instead of the future. And it's kind of interesting working with opticians, because how many of you are aware in this room that your front windscreen of your car is bigger than the rear windscreen of your car? Just by a show of hands, how many of you are aware of that? Okay, just play with me on this. Any idea why you think the front windscreen is bigger than the rear windscreen? Just go crazy with me on this one. Because you need to see where you're going. But how many of you are living in the past? And that's the problem that you face, that you're thinking about how it used to be, how it was, how the industry was before the multiples all did what they did. Let me share with you about business. It is exactly what it is. And if you want it to be the way it was, and you want to think about the past, when you leave here, reverse home. No, because you can do it. It's just painful after a while. The future of our business is over there, and you guys keep looking over there. The question is, where do you want to be? And wherever you are is where you are right now.